This is a quick overview of the field of technology integration as it is today. First of all, I've been in the field for over 20 years using technology in educational settings. And some of the things that I've noticed, the first generation, when I first started as a tech integrator, is that people were talking about having smartboards or having clickers, just having the technology, and really just talking about the technology itself. When we asked how to use technology in the classroom, they would just mention the kind of technology they were using, but not how they were using it. Today, I see more of teachers integrating the technology, actually trying to enhance their education and focusing on, here's some strategies I use. This is how I use this technology. This is how I use that technology. The third generation that I'm starting to see as we move forward is that technology can actually transform education and change the way we do business in the classroom, where student learning is more self-directed and students are becoming more independent learners using the technology. So let's take a quick peek at just technology of tomorrow and what might it look like in a classroom.
What we see in lots of urban schools is a wide variety of student levels. We've got schools with kids coming into middle school on a third grade level.
They're from different countries, they have different cultures, they speak different languages.
They can be kinesthetic, they can be verbal, they can be visual learners. How do you actually teach to this diverse group of students?
School of One is based on one simple idea, that we are organizing an entire school around the needs of every one student.
I like the online tutors because you get to work with different teachers from all around the world. The other day I was working with a teacher from North Carolina.
And how many threes did we just have?
5.
Right.
I like how we get to use computers to learn math, because I never did that before.
There are 8 different ways that students can learn, and 5 of them are live, and 3 of them are on computers.
I like to work with other people, but not too many people.
You're working with a small group of kids, one teacher and about 8 kids.
I like the communication with the tutor online. I get scared sometimes if I have to look at a teacher and ask them the question, but sometimes you just type the question and they answer it.
At the end of the day, what happens is the students take a 5-question assessment. If they pass their test, they move on to another skill.
When it says green, that's
When you have a yellow, you kind of have a down phase because you're kind of sad and you want to achieve more because you know you could do better.
When you get red on your modality, you're like, ah!
If they have not passed the test, then the algorithm figures out a new way to teach the student that specific skill.
As the algorithm gets smarter, as it learns the students' skills, it learns their levels, the student gets smarter, the teachers get smarter. We all grow at the same time.
So as you can see, the classroom of tomorrow could be something like this, where we have all kinds of options for students that are individualized, where they can have a small group, a large group, individual teacher, or have actually online tutors and have access to people from all over the world. So that's just a peek into a possible classroom of tomorrow. So here are some emerging technologies in the field. Now we see an explosion of wireless technology with no wires. There's multiple users, mobile labs, who can get in. So there's some issues with it, but we see more and more schools using wireless technologies like laptops and iPads and other wireless tablets. We still have computer labs. It might be a tablet PC, netbooks, iPads, Macs. And we have some interactivity in the classroom. It might be using clickers or interactive whiteboards like smart boards. And now iPads are being used for these same purposes. Then we have these handheld devices like cell phones. Students bringing their cell phones to class as learning devices. There's flip cams, digital cameras, iPads, and other handheld devices. What we had yesterday was a lot more expensive than what we have today. So if we look on the right, we see a smart board can run between $1,500 and $2,000, and having a microphone. here, a microphone and a headset and a camera and a flip cam, video camera and a document camera, and an MP3 player. All these things can add up to almost $3,000 or more. But we can actually do all of the same things with this equipment by having a by having an iPad and this little smartboard app, this smart notebook app, and being able to serve the iPad image onto your computer with this software that's a air server or a reflection software. It only costs about $3 to $5. And then having an iPad arm that you can put the iPad onto to make it into a document camera. So now we can spend under $500 and do all the same things that we could do for almost $3,000 in a classroom. So it's getting cheaper. So we have Web 2.0 tools, and these Web 2.0 tools, now we can create the internet, and it allows us to interact with the internet, whereas Web 1.0, we were just reading the internet. So let's watch a little bit of this video to get an idea of what Web 2.0 brings to us. I'm just going to warn you that this video goes fast and it could be confusing, but just try to get the big idea and watch the text on the screen rather than trying to look at everything all around it. We can edit the internet now, we just don't have to read it. So basically, we own the web now, and we are the ones that interacting with it and changing the web. And that's really what's happening in our classrooms. As students are owning the learning, they're interacting with the content, and they're actually having a voice in owning the content. So that's what can happen with technology. Now, some of what we know about teaching and learning, we know students are different. We know that they learn best through authentic hands-on experiences. And we know we learn best when we socially construct meaning together with others. Teachers should gradually release the learning over to the students so that they can be self-directed learners. We can provide students with choices and match their learning with their preferences. We can give them those hands-on experiences, and we can help them socially construct meaning and help them become self-directed. So that's really the goal of technology, is to really transform our education, transform our classrooms so that students can be these self-directed, independent, creative, productive learners.